Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another car conversation. I know that it's been a little while, but this is intentional. Trust me, my gaps in videos are intentional. And again, I'm not an influencer and I never started this channel to be a YouTube sensation or influencer. It's really here, again, to create awareness and advocacy, and just to kind of give people a more insight look of what it is like having cancer, going through treatment, and then being not post-treatment, because I'm still in treatment, but just going through the continuum, if you will. So today I wanted to talk about the differences between a breast augmentation and breast reconstruction. And I also wanted to talk about the misconceptions that you have when you ring the bell. And I think I've touched on this in other videos, but going forward, I want to be a little bit more clear and concise about what it is that I talk about, so that so you can learn something, so you can learn a little bit, right? And yes, I have a wig today because I have thin spots in my hair and I don't know yet what I want to do with it. I actually need a haircut. That's really the reality of the situation. I need a haircut, but I'm not really sure what direction I want to go in when it comes to my hair. And I have a lot of thin spots and a lot of bald spots in the front of my hair. So yeah, and that was caused by chemo and also the medication that I'm on, my hormone treatment, causes that. So yeah, got the wig on today, guys. So anyway, it's the end of the year, and one thing that a lot of people are doing during this time, aside from going crazy trying to Christmas shop or holiday shop, whatever it is that you do during this time, one thing that's pretty universal is people reflecting on the year that they've had, right? Just kind of going through their mental Rolodex from January to December 31st, and just really thinking about where the places they've gone this year, whether that's mentally, whether that's physically, emotionally, all of the things that have transpired, just a lot of reflection, right? And so I'm no different. And one thing that I've really been reflecting on in my own alone time, and also because I have to sit with it every day, is how cancer really has one agenda, right? And the agenda is to destroy. It's destructive. It's a destructive agenda that cancer has. Like, let me destroy your body, and then whatever happens. That's cancer's agenda, right? And this is like getting my reconstruction. I'm not exempt from the destructive nature of cancer. So let's talk about it. First, let's talk about how similar a breast augmentation and breast reconstruction, how similar they are, which is easy to see how lines can be blurred. So a breast augmentation is simple, short, sweet. It's an elective cosmetic enhancement that can increase breast size. There it is. The breast tissue that remains in a woman's body when they have a breast augmentation is there to be a protective layer of the implant, right? It's a protective layer of the implant, and that helps the breast retain its natural shape. So whatever shape your breasts are, whatever, it helps retain that. On contrast, a breast reconstruction is also an elective option for women, but it's for women who have had a mastectomy due to breast cancer. And like the breast augmentation, reconstructed breasts can also increase in size. However, unlike an augmentation, there's no breast tissue. And if there is, it's not a lot of breast tissue. I don't have any breast tissue left. So as a result, the implant may not look as natural as a woman who's undergone augmentation. Like, so the word that I use is like, sometimes it can look implanty, if you will. And so with that being said, there's nothing in my breast that can protect the implant because I don't have any tissue in there. They took it, all of it, both sides. I don't want cancer coming back. So they took it. It had to go. Anyway, so this is not an anatomy lesson, guys. It's not. But what it is it's an opportunity for me to enhance the picture on how cancer is destructive and how it's literally determined to strip you of every piece of happiness that you possess. It's a month after surgery today, and people are still asking me what size I got. So a week after surgery, I didn't know because I talked about this in my last video. It goes by like milliliters, and so I measured myself and tried on a couple bras. So to answer the question, I'm like a 34C, 36 something, whatever. If y'all wanted to know the size, it's for people who's been asking. There it is. And of course, that question gets followed up with me asking if I'm excited about my implants. And I think that for me, the implant portion of it was one of the silver linings, right? That I discover as I continue to traverse through this valley, because that's where I feel like I am, in the valley. And so that was one of the silver linings for me. I was excited about it. Not excited about the fact that I would have implants. So let me kind of clear this up. I'm a person who I'm really, I say a lot. I'm sorry. I'm heavily focused on natural beauty and really working with what God gave you, or science, or whoever you believe in, because I want this to be all inclusive. But so like implants to me is like, dang, I got these implants. Can I really say that I'm still natural? But it's not my fault that I got implants because I didn't ask for cancer. So this was the silver lining, right? After I, got over all of that I go through in my mind. And I've never been top heavy. If you know me personally, you know that I've never, I struggled in the breast area. But I had a little bit, but I wanted more than what I did have. I mean, since I had a choice, let me get a little bit more. Give me a little bit something, a little bit of something, a little bit of definition, right? A little bit. So the idea of me being able to choose my size, it did excite me, because again, you have to find some excitement on this continuum. So it did excite me. 2 days after my surgery, I was preparing for my first shower, and I had to just really take a couple of deep breaths, because I understood that I may not have gotten the size that I wanted. And so I just kind of had to create a few scenarios in my head to assure myself that I would be fine with whatever the results were aesthetically, right? Because cancer, it couldn't resist. It could not resist tapping into that area also. Like, it affects every part of your life. So it couldn't resist. And it was already like the cause of me making such a mature decision, one that I didn't realize that I can make so readily and so easily. And that decision was to have my breast amputated, right? And I don't know if you've seen a video of a mastectomy, but if you haven't, that's what it is. My breasts were amputated. They were amputated. They were removed from my body completely. And so now what cancer tried to do, or, it tried to come in and dictate the entire reconstruction process, from safe sizes due to skin tightening. Sorry guys, I should probably put my phone on like do not disturb when I'm trying to do this. But anyway, from safe sizes due to skin tightening post radiation, my left side has the ability, if you will, there's a risk, let's use that word, there's a risk that my left side could shrink. And if the left side shrinks, then of course this one will be bigger than the left side, and then I'll have to have this one redone if the left side shrinks, because you can't continue to go into a cancer side, because remember, that's what they call this. It's not my left side anymore. It's my cancer side. So they cannot go back into the cancer side because of the damage that the radiation has done to the skin. So in the event that they shrink, the left side skin tightens, then I'll have to have my right side redone. Fun times. Someone who has a breast augmentation, they don't really have to worry about that. And then cosmetic results, it kind of affects that too, because you don't know how natural or unnatural your breasts will look. And the unnatural look is due to several reasons. One explained earlier, and the other is because like we're literally sliced across our chest. Like I was sliced like shoo, just like that. Shoo, open. Yeah. So yeah, things look a little bit different. Look a little bit different than they did last year on December 15th. But this is my life. And so there's a choice. I have choices, right? We all have choices. We all have options on how we respond to things. We may not have much choice in the things that happen to us, but we always have a choice in how we respond. What am I talking about? After a couple of days, I had to talk my anxiety down because I was obsessing over conversations that this whole thing produces and would require. Like, I come with a lot. Now. And so I just talked about, like, I was just thinking about how these conversations would work, like if I ever start to seriously date. And, you know, just to throw in a little thing, my boy's dad and I, we're really close. That's like one of my best friends. And a lot of people are intimidated by that closeness. And so, and those who aren't, that they've been championing for us to get back together, they're like, why don't y'all just get back together? So, okay, let's say that we don't get back together. Right? Because this is not something that we're thinking about or we're talking about. So say that we don't get back together and I have to seriously date and I have to have these conversations with people. Right? And so I was like, anxiety is all over the place. And it's just like so messed up, for lack of better words. And I'm trying to keep it clean, but like the F word paints a more accurate portrait of it all. Anyway, I stopped looking at it that way because I can't really be worried about the men, because I feel like men are going to go regardless. They will. And I'm human and I am a Cancer warrior, and this is something that happened to me that I could not control. And so, you know, even though I'm high on self-love, I'm high on self-confidence, I'm high on self-esteem, all of that within me is high, but there's just like, I don't know. It's just still those insecurities, right? That they come as baggage on this journey. I call it residual damage, right? And so the residual damage that has been done, has been inflicted on me by Cancer, I just have a lot to work through there. But yeah, so anyway, I have choices. I have a choice how I can respond to this. And I choose to respond to this with love, with excitement, and to really pull on the self-esteem, pull on the self-confidence, pull on the self-love that I have. And that is so high within me, I have to really lean on and pull from those places, because that's the only thing that gets me through with this. Because sometimes I look in the mirror like, who's gonna want to look at this? And not like my body looks bad, it really doesn't, to be honest. And I'm not saying this because it's me. My surgeon is fire, and I don't think that my boobs really look unnatural, but they kind of do look implanty. But they also have to settle, so they take a couple months to settle in to your body. And so I don't know in 2 months how they're going to change, but they are perky. I will give, okay, I don't have to worry about them sagging. But anyway, so it's a journey. And there's always something that's tethered to this, right? There's always something emotional, or it always is something that plays on your mental when it comes to having cancer. So then let's move into really quick, because I don't want this to be long, plus I got stuff to do. Let's move into the misconceptions of treatment. So when I first started my cancer journey, I was really excited about the opportunity to ring the bell, right? I was so excited. Like, I cannot wait to be done with chemo so I can ring the bell and just be done. I cannot wait to ring the bell with radiation so I could just be done. Yeah. So we talked about the fact that I'm still in treatment. So we talked about that. And I just think that another thing that I just want to touch on is that even when you're finished with chemo and radiation, there's still that residual damage on the physical side. Like, for my arm, I can't even lift my arm. Like, this is as high as I go, y'all. Like, this is as high as I go. But this arm, I can go all the way back here. So I gotta have physical therapy. I failed today. My bones hurt so bad, y'all. It hurts to walk a lot. And I know that people see me posting pictures on social media, and they see me living my life. I have to live my life. I have to walk around. So it doesn't matter if I'm hurting or not. I have to press through that. So yeah, I failed today. Legs just kind of gave out on me. I got up though. Got up. I limp a lot. It hurts to walk a lot. My legs and my feet, I just want to kind of trade them in and get somebody else's that's really functional. Because this is not the same body that I had a year ago. And I don't say that like, how some people, if they work out and they new and improved, oh yeah, this ain't the same body that I had. No, this ain't the same body that I had a year ago, because sis be struggling to get out of that bed. I got to sit on the edge of the bed. But this is all because of cancer. And this is how cancer affects you even after treatment. I'm sorry, the treatments that you are most familiar with, the chemo and the radiation. And I know that people have to go on and live their lives, so I don't expect people to check on me every day. Actually, it's kind of weird sometimes when people are checking on me, because I don't like people to feel sympathy for me. I don't like that. I don't like people to pity me, right? And so but the lesson here is that the journey continues after chemo. The journey continues after radiation. And there's effects that are short-term, and there's effects that are long-term. And short-term effects could be like a year. Let's talk about that. And then there are effects that are long-term, forever, that you experience. And so I'm in pain a lot. One good thing though, because I always try to find the silver lining, one good thing is that I did gain weight. But the bad part of that is I'm continuing to gain weight, and I've already bought a lot of clothes, and I'm tired of buying clothes, and I'm tired of spending money on clothes. Like, I went from a size 5 to a size 11 in X amount of months, and that's not okay. It's not okay. But that's a silver lining. That's a silver lining. But with that, again, my bones are hurt. Then my alarm goes off. So I talk about phone calls, then my alarm goes off. But anyway, my bones hurt. And sometimes I just don't have the energy. Sometimes I just don't have energy. And these headaches, I've never been a person who got headaches, y'all. I get headaches all the time. All the time. But anyway, so how can you help someone? If you're a villager, even though everyone has to go on about their own lives, sometimes just a little check-in. How you doing? A villager of someone who has cancer, right? Not me specifically. Just a little check-in goes a long way. Do you need anything? Because sometimes we still need stuff. I thought I had lost weight. Because this go round, I know I talked about this go round, I haven't had the same support that I did my first go round. So this go round, I was forced to recover quickly. I was forced to do things for myself that I didn't have to do the first time. And so I think that things like that could go a long way. You know, just meals, cooking for people or buying them food, or, you know, just seeing if they need their house clean. Just anything, any way that you can be a support. It goes a long way. Because even though everyone has gone back to their regular lives, and that's what you're supposed to do, right? I've said that 3 times because I want y'all to get this. Even though 4th time is coming up, even though everyone has to go back into their regular routine and their regular lives, for those of us who are still in chemo or radiation, or those of us who are bedridden, or those of us who still have to are required to deal with the residual damages of cancer, or those of us that are still in some form of treatment, this is our life. This is our life. This is my reality. A very good friend of mine said to me today, you know, are there any updates? And because my brain doesn't operate the way that it used to, I need clarity in everything, right? Because my brain doesn't operate the way it used to, because I have chemo, because I've had chemo. And so I said, updates is in regards to what? I'm sorry, you got to be a little bit more specific with me these days. And he said, the C word. And he said, I don't like to say it because I don't want to attach it to you. And I laughed, and I love that. And I love that. I love my friends. I love the support that I get from my friends. I love the genuine love that I feel from my friends. And they're always trying to do things to make me feel better and to make me laugh, even in ways that they don't even, you know, realize. And so I laughed, and I told him, I said, say it, just say cancer. Just say cancer, because this is my reality. And I can't pretend that it's not there. I don't care how many bells I ring. I'm still affected. I still have to go through treatment of some sort, because me and cancer are going to be in a relationship with each other for a long time. But I'm still a survivor, and I'm still a warrior, because I'm still here and I fight every day, right? But the reality of the situation is, yeah, I had cancer. Living with cancer in some way. So don't be afraid to just say it. Just say it. And don't be afraid to talk about it and to ask about it, because understand, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about this in some way. I have to, because this is my body. When I'm trying to put on clothes and, you know, something that might have fit 3 months ago doesn't go past my knees. These are good things. These are not bad things. I'm happy. I told my grandmother my 35th birthday, I'm going to have every body part out respectfully on somebody's beach. I'm wearing a 2-piece, y'all. I ain't wore a 2-piece since middle school. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about supporting people. And talking about the differences between a breast augmentation and breast reconstruction, and how cancer comes and destroys and destructs. But we're making it. We're making it through. So, my time is up. I want y'all to remember, support your friends and family members that are going through what I'm going through in any way that you can. Be kind to others, because you never know what they're going through. You never know how they're affected by this, because nobody has been affected by this the way that I have. And I'm talking about when you look at me and my support and my villagers. But they're all affected too. Feel what you feel. Feel what you feel about yourself going through it. Feel what you feel about if it's someone that you know that's going through it. Feel what you feel. Be kind to yourself. Be gracious to yourself. Be kind to others. And y'all already know what I'm going to say. T strong. 5 ever.